Hi everyone, this is Ankit from Y-Axis Coaching. Today I'm here with a reading related tip and we are going to discuss about a question which seems to be challenging to many test takers. And this particular question's name is reordering paragraphs. Okay, so let's take you to the screen. If you can see the screen, first, let us discuss a few facts about reorder paragraph. It is challenging for a couple of reasons. The first reason is many people are not able to understand the sentence linking, and that is one reason why they are not able to really get high level marks. Okay, let us start with a few facts about this question type. First of all, in the real paper, you will only have 2 to 3 reorder passages or reorder questions. And if you have 2 questions, you have 20 minutes to solve both of those 2 questions. If you have 3, you have 30 minutes. So basically, on an average, you have to complete one parajumble in 10 minutes flat. That's what the idea is. If you talk about each question will have 4 to 7 sentences, right? And those 4 to 7 sentences are not going to be in the correct order, they are shuffled. We have to bring it in the right order so that it reads as a coherent paragraph, right? That's what reordering paragraph is all about. Also, many people are confused about the scoring pattern. Many of them feel that even if they get one sentence incorrect, they would score 0 in reorder paragraph, but that's not the case. PTE reorder paragraph scoring is very much test taker friendly. It is in favor of the test taker. So the scoring goes something like this. If you, for example, have 5 sentences to reorder, that will make it 4 pairs. Okay, so if all those pairs are correct, you get 4 marks for 4 correct pairs. However, if you only get 2 out of those 4 pairs correct, you will get 2 marks. So the scoring is 1 mark for every correct pair. A pair is one sentence followed by another sentence in the same order. That is what we call a correct pair. And a correct pair gives you 1 mark. That's what the scoring pattern is, which is fantastic. Okay, so basically you do have a partial credit for whatever pairs you get correct. And if you don't get something correct, there is no minimum, there is no negative marking. It just gives you a minimum of 0. You can never score anything below 0. Okay, so if you have 2 out of 3 pairs correct, you get 2 out of 3 marks. If you have all the 3 correct, you get 3 marks, and so on and so forth. So that's what we call every correct pair scoring 1 mark, and a minimum score of 0 means no pure negative marking at all. So let us kind of end this tutorial with an example. You can already see an example here. We have 4 sentences which are not in the correct order. And you can also see a schematic representation of how it would appear. Of course, this is schematic representation. It's not exactly how will it look. But for in the left hand side of your screen, you will have what we call the left and the right button. Okay, if you select a particular sentence, and if you want to push it on the right hand side to reorder, you have to select that and you have to just press one of those arrow buttons. Okay, and if within the right hand pane, if you want to shuffle within, you can press top and bottom button accordingly. So whatever you want to do. Okay, so what is the most important thing in any reorder question? The most important thing is finding the first pair, which is your first topic sentence followed by another sentence which links to that topic sentence. If you get this correct, you should find everything else rather a formality. That's exactly how it goes. Okay, so let's try and deduce. The topic sentence of any good paragraph is always independent. It never relies on any other sentence in the paragraph to make complete sense. It is holistic. It will have a clear subject, a clear action, and a clear predicate, or the object phrase as we call it technically. Okay, so let's try. Which of the 4 do you think are the independent sentences here? A is a good candidate but I'm not sure because it is directly giving a short name of a person, and PT academic will always give you formal language, academic language. Okay, so in an academic language you never start with a short name of that person, you always start with a full name of a person. So even though it is a complete sensical statement, it does not really rely on anything else to make sense, but because of this it can't really be an independent topic sentence. What about B? B has a pronoun this institution, so we can't start one paragraph with what we call a pronoun. It really begs the question, what do you mean by this institution? Is it talking about X, Y or Z? We don't have that information, and hence B is not the best candidate for sentence 1. What about third? Third, I think, is the best of the 4 candidates. Okay, President Joe Biden and a host of American public figures last week celebrated former President Jimmy Carter. So we are talking about the former President Jimmy Carter, who is then shortened in statement A. So this obviously could be a link. Your paragraph will start with the C block, and the C block itself would follow or would be followed by the A block, because that's where the connection is going on. Who is Carter? Who is 96? We are talking about the former president of the US, President Jimmy Carter. So that makes it one pair, and this is the most important thing that you have to do, and everything else becomes all the more easy. So let's read. Now 96, Carter served a single term in the White House before losing his bid for a second term to Ronald Reagan. We are talking about his defeat. We are talking about him serving one term in White House, and we are talking about a time after he lost to another president. So anything which follows should have one of these bits and pieces. Let's talk about B. B is again not a good candidate to follow A, because it's not talking about any institution, and this starting line talks about an institution which is working in Africa for alleviating poverty and so on and so forth. Okay, what about D? In the decades since refers to the time after Carter lost to Reagan. So this makes good sense. Okay, hence it will go and tuck below A. In decades since, the former president has busied himself along with his wife Rosalind in administering the Carter Center. Now we have an institution, the Carter Center, and this institution is referring to the pronoun which we read in statement B. So this is exactly how the connection is going on. A good paragraph always starts with an independent statement which is complete, which does not really depend on anything else to make sense. Everything else apart from that topic sentence would always rely on the previous sentence to make sense. And that is exactly, we introduce the celebration by Joe Biden about the former President Jimmy Carter. Then we have a little bit of information about Carter losing to Reagan. Fine, and then we have, in the time since the defeat to Reagan, what has been going on in Carter's life. The paragraph ends with all the details as to which activities are they participating in. And this is 4 statements ordered correctly. Because these are 4 statements, they will give you a maximum of 3 points, because CA makes it one pair, A and D makes it pair 2, D and B makes it pair 3. Okay, so for every correct pair you get 1 mark each, and that's exactly what the scoring pattern is all about. I hope this really helped all of us, and we are exactly understanding the importance of little things like getting the topic sentence, getting the linkers, how the ideas are connected, the pronouns, the relative clauses, and so on and so forth. Okay, that's enough for this tip. This is Ankit signing off from Y-Axis Coaching. I hope you all take good care of yourselves and wish you well. Happy learning. Take care. Bye.